we live? Oh, hello everyone. The Empowerment Talk Show with me, your host, Latoya. I almost said Camille. And my co-host, Camille. How you doing, Cam?
I'm here. Let me
Okay.
start the video.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. I'm back. Hello, everybody.
Did you miss us? Did you miss Camille?
Did you guys miss me?
I missed you.
I missed you too. So, what's going on, everybody? Let me share the post. I know a few people texted and it was like, Coach, are you okay? We haven't seen you online. I said, I know. I know.
Yeah. They miss you. The life of the party, the life of entrepreneurial. Fried breakfast. Let me
Lord,
share the post.
yes, welcome. Tonight we're going to talk up the teams. Please like and share this broadcast. We should play some music for them. Let me see if I could do it on here. Can I?
Not hearing it coming through.
You. Hey, hold on now. Wait, let's share some audio. You hear the professional, she's like, oh, I'm not hearing it coming through. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not hearing nothing. Good evening, everybody. Please share the live. We're just playing some music as we share and invite others. Lord, have your way. Lord, have your way. All righty then. I'm going to stop sharing. Don't worry. So what's going on, everybody? Oh, there we go. Hi, Kristen. It's good to see ya. That's my new pal. Come on, share the live and welcome your friends. We're back and we're going to start talking. So, Latoya, go right ahead. Your conversation was juicy last week. You were talking about politics.
It is politics, and there's so much happening. And America's president has yet to accept defeat. Even when it's recounted, declared, signed, posted on billboards, social media, every single thing, the president has yet to concede the election, to say that he lost, thank the people for his term, and move out. I don't know what's gonna happen though, Cam. I honestly, I said on my last on the last show that I did that I feel like this man is going to wreck it before he hands it over. Then probably after the like bulldoze him out before he actually hands it over.
But you know what behooves me is the fact that he's asking these judges to help him to recount, and the judges keep on denying him the access to do it. So I'm saying, when are you going to really, really get the understanding that it's over, it's done, move on? And it goes to show that a lot of times, even in our personal lives as people, we don't know how
Mm-hmm.
to count our losses and move
Right, right.
on. We want to try to debate, defend, and try to bring an enlightenment so people could understand why we should be in the position we're in. You know,
Right.
say me attack the truth. Is the truth me attack? Right? So for
Uh,
me, it's very important that we as a people continue to hold all the
yeah,
lawmakers responsible
totally agree.
for what they promised us, and that we will continue ourselves to participate in the movement so that we can get the country back, because not only is it affecting America, it's affecting the entire world,
Exactly.
because America is the melting pot. People come here to grow, to expand, to help their families. People come here for education. People come here for technology. People travel from far, near, and wide just to get the help that they need in order for them to win in their lives.
I mean, I don't know if you're aware of the child that got mauled by those, I think they're pit bulls in Jamaica. That child got flown out here to have the reconstructive surgery. Did you see
I
that?
heard my sister was talking about that with me, and I was just like, that is unbelievable. That we're in a society now where we're not thinking. We were just having Bible discussion online, and one of the ladies was saying that we're not thinking anymore. It's all about what I want and what I think is
It's not
best.
even so much for me. I think yes, and I just think it's for social media too. That's why we're in the stage and everything of just social media, and everyone is doing it for the gram. That's what they will say. But um, yeah. But as you say, people come here for different reasons, and majority of the time, people come here, is to basically enhance the lifestyle that they already had. And a lot of people, like for example, the president doesn't even understand. For most people, it's by choice. It's not that they have to live here. There are people that have made good living for themselves, being, like, for example, Jamaica, where we're from. They've made good living, but they just want to enhance that or further enhance on what they have. So, you know,
Not,
for him,
not every person that reside, and this is something that I want a lot of people to understand. Not every person that reside here in America came here to live. Some people just come, make their money, and go back at them yard.
so,
They don't come here to
yes.
live.
Oh,
But
yes.
in the midst of them trying to do that, they adapt and and became a part of the system, because they realize that they can now enhance their families more. But my thing is this: as a president, as a leader, you should understand, because they realize that they can know. You should understand the fundamentals of being a leader. Very
Right.
important. And leadership takes on the characteristics of business, mind, and development.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, looking at him as a president, he's all about business.
Oh yeah.
But the mind and the development and the strategy to build a country is not there. Because if you don't have the mindset that, listen, I want to build communities, I want to build future leaders. He thought nothing about that. All through his presidency, he did not think anything about
You see,
rebuilding it.
from what I've seen is from Donald Trump is that he likes the praises. You notice he tends to say, I did this. I did this. I was able to do this. I made these changes. So it's really about the claim to fame for him. What he can highlight, he on the night of the election said that he won the presidency without anybody declaring the presidency at that time. So it's all about the claim to fame for him and what he can do. For me, as I said before, it's like I've never seen a president or a prime minister or whatever it is work so hard to diminish the character of the previous president that was in power. And not only that, worked so hard to basically break down everything that president, instead of him come and try to, if you're going to revamp it, but do it in a better way that it was, as you said, going to enhance the society and enhance communities and build future leaders. You know what you do? You take away of that could have possibly built those new leaders. You take away you want to take away the DACA program. You want to cut costs in schools and you want to fund all these gun companies. But so who are you building? You're building people who already have wealth that doesn't need the help. But yet still you're giving them the biggest cut. You're giving, the Home Depot, the Walmart, the Amazons, the biggest cut deal. So when he spoke about, tax cut, and we all saw that initial cut and the increase on our paycheck, not knowing that, later on that was gonna bite us in the butt, because all of that cut was really to the big corporate companies and not to us who are working our regular 9 to 5 job. So for Donald Trump, he's just solely and primarily for those people who already can help themselves. So the people spoke up, and I think it was time for him to go. And they spoke up, and it's unanimous. It's time for him to go.
So now that we have, um, now that the exchange of power is taking place, where does that leave us as a people? Because while the transition is taking place, we too have to transition ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because we honestly, how many times have we seen it where they get into power, they get into that seat, and then they change afterwards? So we as a people now must be able to tap into the wealth that's there, the benefits that's there, and get ourselves in the right position to get access to certain things. Because we tend to sit and complain about situations happening in the city gates when it's just a minute group of people getting together to make the decisions and we're following those decisions. But if we as a community of young people would get together and start building these simple blocks to help to change the dynamics, right, of what is happening in every city gate. If there is a group of young people in every city gate doing what we're doing strategically, it will get to the White House, it will get to the Senate, it gets to the mayor, get to the Senate, get to the White House, so that we can see effective changes. But we're not doing it. We're sitting back on the sidelines and we're allowing people, leaders like Donald Trump, to lead us down the path that we're in now. It's our fault. We are to be blamed because we put him there.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So now, how are we going to change the dynamics?
It's
Come
like
continue.
it's about accountability. As you say, you know, for example, the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, it cannot be something just for one day, one week, a month. You know, it's something that needs to be continued. So even though the protests aren't going on right now, but they still need to, we have social media. Social media is free to everybody who have internet connection. So, you know, you can post and let it be known, let it be reminded, invite your friends, family, co-workers, whoever they are, to continue to post so they are aware of this movement. There's so many other, things going on, but just using what is more prevalent. You know, as long as we keep our voices out there, you know, for example, you'll see, let's take the kid, for example, who got mauled, right? You know, it was all over social media until eventually what happened, people started GoFundMe page, and then eventually he's here doing that surgery. Now, had there not been the internet service, who knows? He probably would have never made it here to get the type of care that he actually needs. So we have to keep our voices going. We have to keep talking and making noises.
Let your voice be heard. And fear is what decapitates us from achieving anything that we want to achieve in life.
Oh, yes.
Fear hinders us. Fear stops us. It blocks us from really, really achieving what we need to achieve. So my words of encouragement to every person right around the world tonight, watching and listening, who's going to listen later on the podcast and go on our website and listen, I'm saying this. Let your mind be renewed and let your spirit be renewed. And stop thinking about the past, 100 and how much years ago. Stop thinking about that. Think about the now and how you can make the changes now. When Barack Obama came into office, he started to say, change now. And the people believed in that change now. And now that
Right.
Biden is taking office, we want to keep the changes now. You know what I mean? COVID-19 is here, true, but you still have the radio, you have social media, you have the newspaper, you have blogs, you have podcasts where you can let your voices be heard.
Right.
Now, instead of sitting down complaining, turn your complaints into conversations that are going to change the paradigm and the dynamics of our society. And that's how it starts. You can do it. If you can sing, use your voice to sing songs and change it. If you can write a poem, write a poem. Start a movement. Do something that will help to change the leadership and um, the dynamics of our country. It's not just it's happening in Jamaica, it's happening in St. Kitts, Trinidad and Tobago, it's happening around the world. Right now in Connecticut, I saw a post where the governor is going to be taking more monies out of our paychecks so that we can have a paid leave program for those who stay at home and work from home. And my question to the governor is, why should my paycheck be a tab for someone else's convenience?
Yeah.
So I'm making my way to the City Gate meeting online to ask Mr. Mayor, why is it coming about? The Mayor of Hartford, Mr. Bruner. So if you're listening, oh, I will be on the next meeting. Because I don't believe that, because right now what they're doing is they're targeting the poor more and more and
More
more
and more.
and more, opposed to, and then they want to give us the hand-me-down little programs talking about, oh, they're having rental days and CNG and I'm coming to
You
city.
know, Cam, I saw a picture today, and the heading of the picture said, oh, we're having cutbacks. We need to cut back Dave. Now, what the picture is depicting is there Dave is digging a hole. It looked like it's probably somewhere that like where the earth broke away.
Mhm.
And they have a rope tied around Dave's waist, and Dave is the one in the hole. right? With the rope
Mm-hmm.
tied around his waist. And then around the hole is the project manager, the CFO, the owner, the operator, all of the top shots are on the side watching Dave and just one person really holding the rope for Dave. And it makes you think whenever there's a cutback, is always the bottom first. So in politics, whenever there are cuts, it's always, whatever is benefiting poor people are the less fortunate people is where the cutbacks are gonna happen. So you'll find that schools in the less developed communities, those schools are the first to get cutbacks at all times. Those are the schools that you'll find you have 20 to 30 kids, in one classroom. And you'll find that they have low grades and low pass mark because they're not getting the resources that they actually need. And that is has always been politics. I can never understand in America why whenever they say they're having cutbacks, that education has to suffer. I never understand that part of it.
No, a friend of mine, we were talking and we were saying that the the thing that is going to go following the next 2 years is going to be education is going to be out the window. Education is going to be out the window, and the creatives are going to take over
Oh,
because COVID-19 is here, and now I know parents that are suffering with their children at home because they're not able to help the child to learn better, right? Because they themselves didn't get a chance to go to school to read and write. So the parent called and she's like, Camille, I'm suffering. I'm losing my mind.
I have a friend that her child goes to a public school, right? And due to COVID, the public schools have limited resources. And as much as, she's not able to be home all the time to assist her child with his schoolwork. So she felt that he was suffering, and he is falling behind. And she had to make that sacrifice. Now, this is COVID where things are already tight. She has to make that sacrifice to put her child into a private school. She had to make her wait.
For things like that. You have people who work at McDonald's for a living,
Mm-hmm.
their children to
Oh,
school.
yeah.
So my thing is this. This is where now the voices of the parents need to be heard. And not only heard, but follow through with what the parents are requiring of the politicians. And this is even in Jamaica now. My brother was telling me, he said, sis, some of the kids do not have tablets to go to school to do their work at home. So like my dad's house has
By the
become
way,
like a for kids to
but by
come.
the way, did you see that Jamaica was giving out $20,000? I think they have until the end of this month to apply
Yeah,
for
but
that.
what about the parent who cannot afford to make up the rest of the money to buy a tablet? This is what we're
Um,
talking about.
$20,000 can buy a tablet.
No, it can't buy no good
Yes,
tablet.
it can. It can buy a Samsung 7-inch tablet. It can. It can. It
No.
can.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it can. I don't know about shipping it to Jamaica, how that part goes, but yes, it can buy a 7-inch tablet. And
Not
or it can buy what that cheap one, the Amazon Kindle, something,
you can
Fire Kindle, something like that.
Kindle, but not 20, 200, $170 can buy no tablet with no fitness study out of Jamaica.
It can. It's a way of helping them. I mean, it's
Yep.
not the best option,
But
but
it's not
it's not the worst.
it now get the work done. Because some children get and some children are not getting.
Which yeah, but I mean, my father always say, half a bread is better than no bread. So better some have than none have. If you have two kids at home and one have it, at least they can share. They can.
How
So
are they
I mean,
share? What you're saying is not making any logical sense. Because how are they
um,
share when you have two brothers in a house in different classes and school is in session at the same time?
They would have to figure a way out. I know it's hard, but they just have to figure the way out. No,
Tyra, it's
listen,
fif-
$20, I understand, is not a lot of money, but
no,
it is something. It is
what I'm,
something to even
what
start
I'm saying
with because it's $20,000 that the parent never had.
is something to some people because based on what's happening in some of the poorer communities, especially back home, trust me and tell you, deep down in the countryside, they are hurting.
I'm pretty sure of that.
They are hurting. In a city, they're getting help. But in the countryside, they're not getting any help. So now it's, I see Sensia is moving, being the man, the angel, they're helping, they're doing something. So that's what it takes. It takes 10, 20 people coming together and say, listen, we're gonna go here, you go there, we go there to change the dynamics of a community and the dynamics. It's a universal flow. It's a universal problem. And the problem too is that most of us we are not using our money wisely.
True, true.
Not using our money wisely. Even though COVID-19 is here, people are shopping online as if they're bored and they don't have anything else to do with their money. Oh no, stop it. Save the money for hard
Listen,
time. This is a hard time. If you're
it
making
is a hard
an
time.
hour, save $1 out of it. Get a save
Listen,
and save 4 quarters every week. You'll be surprised to see how you have a $200-300 in one corner.
I can tell you if it's household item, I am definitely I am
Go
guilty.
organic. Use what you buy in the grocery store. Buy lemon, buy
No, no, no,
vinegar.
no, no, no. I'm just talking about a household thing that was. Listen, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Everyone, thank you.
But
Okay,
yeah, I
go.
know people are spending unnecessarily. Yes, we are spending unnecessarily, and I have one or two times where I too am guilty of that. So people are definitely spending unnecessarily. Um,
And let people know here she admit it, she telling the truth. Stop buy things, don't buy nothing else. Ain't me gonna be like the
I
man where I
buy
walk up
no. Listen, Camille, I am not
where you buy.
buying clothes and boots. I'm buying household items. I
You
am
don't need it. You don't
calm,
need. Don't buy it.
calm.
Buy it once
All
a month.
right.
Once a month. I
No,
make
but I don't buy every month because when I do an investment, it's a big investment at one point. So I can't go buy it once a month. I can't make very big investments at all every month.
buy bleach. Instead of you use one cock of bleach, make it water, make it stretch. And then
Okay, I'm done with you.
make a like
Next, I'm done with you.
with one bucket of water to one cup of bleach. I'm just joking. But save your money, guys.
No,
Save your money. Save your money. If you can save your money, save your money. Buy the things that you need. That's of a necessity. And don't buy what you don't need. Buy what you need. That's of a necessity. And if you can stretch your hand and help somebody that's in need, help them. But this
oh
Thanksgiving,
yeah,
go out and give somebody a hot plate of food. Don't sit at your table and eat by yourself and someone else don't have anything. Jay Dennis said 30 grand for a one room, 20 grand can't help back rent. Miss alright. Me nah babysit no one with me check. Them need a proper plan to stick to in a them life. Them better go cut grass.
y'all are mean. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys are mean.
We're not mean, it's reality. If you make $15 an hour, save $1.
Yes, ma'am.
Save $1. Because when
Totally
you
agreeing.
75, 80, and you need a caregiver, the caregiver is not $15 an hour. In the days ahead, the caregiver gonna be $20, $25 an hour. So start preparing your mind for those days.
Oh
Preparing your
yeah.
mind for days where you can't hand yourself a cup of water and you need somebody to hand you the water. You gotta pay them for their time. That's all I'm saying. Miss Nelson says, I believe that at this point, in all the confusion within this demonic administration, God has taken the wheel to settle things. He said, when we have done all we can do to just stand, I will stand and watch God work. Trump has to realize that his arms are too short to box with God. Amen.
Amen to that, Miss Nelson.
Jay Dennis says, them don't even wash clothes are foreign. Them dash way and buy more. No, Lati, that's the problem with this country. Them get it too easy.
Of course, you can definitely say. I think some of these Section 8 people, and I don't want to pick out because people need help with any, but I'm saying some because it's not all. I'm not trying to make a generalized
Hey,
statement. This is my disclaimer.
don't me coming up on section 8 is you.
This is my disclaimer. I'm not talking about everybody, but I think that some of these people they take it for granted. They don't see that it should be something that they go on for a period of time until they get on their feet and then they move out so someone else can get it. People make a lifetime of it, passing on from generation to generation to generation. I don't understand how do you live feeling comfortable having someone take care of you for the rest of your life. And I'm not saying, it's not like you find a rich husband somewhere that wants to take care of you. It's the government that you're depending on, that you have to be scrutinized and you can't work. And how do you feel not earning your own money? Like me could I never be housewife. I don't want to be no housewife. I want to, as even if I'm gonna be declared a housewife, I want to still do something to make me feel like I am progressing. Because there's one thing with me, if I don't feel like I'm growing, it taught me. It works my brain. If I have something to do, it sits on my subconscious. I'm dreaming, thinking, eating, feeding about it. So I don't know how they're comfortable it is. People are doing that, but girl, or political talk gone all different directions.
True, because whatever decisions the president, the Senate, and the mayor makes, it affects us. It's a domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. It affects us. And so this is where mindset shift needs to come in, where we get
Yes,
up and say, okay, I'm going to change the dynamics of my generation, right? I'm going to change the
right.
I didn't go to school, so I'm going to make a way for my brothers and sisters to go, right? I'm going to make a way for me to go back. I'm gonna make a way to do something, start a business. Like Jay Dennis said, go cut grass. There's nothing wrong with cutting grass.
There's nothing wrong with cutting grass. There are people that
No,
have made a fortune cutting grass.
you know how much they pay? I think it's $23 an hour. From this company in Massachusetts, it's $23 per yard to cut grass. And
Listen, how about in snow time when one of those guys with one of those plow, they're coming to push that snow out of your yard and you're giving them like 70, $80 just for like 5 to 10 minutes of work. Just like that. Just like that. Easy, easy work, easy job, easy money.
so, make yourself useful. But before you can do that, you must have a mindset that, listen, when I get up in the morning at 6, I'm going to work out or meditate, read my Bible, pray, and start my day and get out there. Even if you have to walk till your shoes bottom, grandma used to say, walk till your shoes bottom drop off, come I don't have no money to send you to school this morning. And I had to walk to school. It wasn't far though. It was only a block.
But you still a walk.
I swear it was only a block and a half to walk to St. John's Primary. And I literally was like, I'm not walking. I'm waiting on my granddad to leave work so he could drop me to school. I was spoiled. And my granddad would come and say, no, don't make my granddaughter walk. Yeah. But when we reach a foreign now, me have to walk to my bike car. Hey. Let Miss Nelson tell you. Oh, winter, sleet, snow, rain, walk till me buy car. So
Listen, my first my first winter every minute me drop. Chip up the whole of my need him.
set a goal for yourself, and then while you're waiting on the goal to be accomplished, feel the accomplishment.
Yes, ma'am.
Feel that accomplishment. Feel yourself driving the car. Feel yourself living in the house. I used to set goals and I used to say, oh my God, I can't wait to achieve it. But now I'm learning to feel myself in the moment of the achievement. And that's why Donald Trump he doesn't want to give up the seat because he feels himself there. It's his mind.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I mean, what you're doing is celebrating the small wins. That's why, and instead of waiting on the big accomplishment to get there, you're celebrating the small wins, and that's what's important. What you look like, you find something I could kill you with. What you laughing at?
Jay Dennis said, I cut grass for 3 years when I started. I was getting paid $500 weekly. Honestly, it's laziness. They rather scam and bang and say they not work for no colonizer. So
It
it,
is.
it, your mind have to be in that position, Lati. Because I remember
Yes.
when we started this blog, we were in my living room at my table.
Yes.
Night after night, we changed position, whatever, and we kept going and kept going and kept
Yeah.
going, kept going. There were nights when we are like, we're not gonna live tonight, but then we just do it because we know that the viewers are depending on us. So you have to have something that drives you.
Oh
Chef
yeah.
Chef called me yesterday and she give it to me. She said, Coach, no, this is not you. Come now,
Well done,
come.
silent.
She's like, Coach, wake up, come. You need people like that. You need the peanut butter and jelly people in your life to help you to get where you need to go. Whether it's your mom,
Yeah.
and you see, that's what Donald Trump has. Donald Trump has cheerleaders. The how many million people that voted for him, he has cheerleaders. Do you have cheerleaders in your life?
Hmm. Good question.
You need
Good
cheerleaders.
question.
You
And
need
you need
them.
to know the difference between people who say they're cheering, because you have people who cheer for you, but cheer you don't, you need to know the difference.
Yeah, that's why I said you need the peanut butter and jelly. You don't need
Peanut butter jelly time, peanut.
you guys miss me in the truth. So you have to it's a mindset, and beat the devil and give him dues. Donald Trump mindset is different from the average person. His mindset is
Yes.
different from the average person. He
He,
does not think like us at all.
hey, one thing doing, you have to give him confidence. He
I'm
has a lot of win, lose, or draw. Idiot, smart, intelligent, not intelligent. He holds a certain level of confidence that
telling you
you
that
can take something away from him.
that's what makes the guy so successful in business, because his mind is just wired one way. And I think that if we can just, because even if people are wicked, you can learn something from them.
Oh yeah.
And me as an entrepreneur, I'm learning from him that you must have the right mindset in order to succeed. And that's what he has. His mind is just wired like, look, whether you say A, I'm this B that I say I'm setting out to do, I will achieve this B. And Donald
Oh
Trump work
yes.
at it, work at it, work at it, work. And no matter how you knock him and tell him that no, this is not going to work, he's not listening. He's going at it until the dam has to break somewhere. And I think that if we can learn something from him as a president, regardless of what he did, what he's doing, and how he's misbehaving, learn something out of it so that you too won't be in the position that he's in right now. Jay Dennis says, I also honestly believe if that other stimulus passed, Trump would win by a mile.
No,
Democrats stop.
I don't agree with that.
Trump isn't the best, but he is damn intelligent because he knows free money is the way to the average American heart, and that's a fact. Don't, David says, don't see failure, confident and focused. That is how Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is confident and in focus.
He's focused. Yep.
And if we
Yep.
as a people can take that part of him, regardless of how mean, evil, you know, he's not sympathetic, not empathetic at all to anyone, regardless of all of those things. Let's push that aside and look at the attributes of this man. This man, he's smart because he beat the system in taxes for how many years?
Karma, that's your Jaffa.
My upper laugh. No, the man beat them at them own game. You understand? Them set it up and he's beating them at their own game. One. Two, the man has self-confidence beyond anything I've ever seen. And number three, he's a savvy businessman. And he runs the country as if he's running one of his hotels. You know? So learn something from him. Learn something from him. Don't just bash him, but learn something. And tonight you're watching, please share this broadcast and stop by the Entrepreneur Prayer Breakfast Club website to see what we are doing. Thanksgiving is coming up. Go out and assist someone, even if you just stop and give the person a bottle of water. Help someone else.
Somebody, right?
It's in your giving that God blesses you. And don't forget that despite what is happening around you, God still loves you. Show the love to somebody else. All right? Um,
That's true. That is, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, oh, one thing to highlight that's, kind of new in politics that you're talking about is Joe Biden looking to possibly elect the first woman in the lead treasury position. So that's something
Oh,
to definitely look out for. This man is making a change, putting women in high places, and that
wow.
should be celebrated.
Yes, and shout outs again to Stacey Abram for leading the way in Georgia for almost 8,000 votes. This woman put, not only did she talk, but she put
Yes,
down.
800,000.
She got it done. And
Oh, I
shout
love
out
to
to
hear that woman speak. Oh gosh, I love to hear that woman speak. When she's if I don't listen to anybody else when they're speaking and pay full attention, when she starts to speak, I want to hear everything because she speaks with such power and conviction. I love that, and I love her for that.
I won't be surprised if she doesn't make her way to the White House soon. She deserves a chance at the table.
Oh yes, oh
I
yes.
for if I was living in Georgia, I would vote for her over and over. Okay, so the comments are coming in. David said that's Donald Trump mindset. Jay Dennis says exactly. Businessman to the fullest. Exactly. He plays chess. Working hard in the shadows. Oh, please, let us not talk about Hillary. Let's leave her. Let's leave her for next conversation. But thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. For every person that sent me love, check on me, see how I was doing. I appreciate it. I lost one of my cousins. He was shot. He's 16 years old. Back home in Jamaica, studying with his friends. They're playing with the gun and shot him. So, for me, it was tough. And I'm sure it's hard for my aunt right now. Auntie, I love you if you're watching, and you are always, always in my prayers. Only God knows how she's feeling right now. So, and she's always watching the show. She doesn't comment, but she watches the show. So, Auntie Denise, I love you, and stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong. The family is rooting for you, and we're here for you 100%. So, parents, keep your children safe at all times. And they were studying. They were studying for their exams next year, and they're playing with a weapon. So, parents, if you have a weapon at home, please lock the weapon away from the child or the
Yeah.
please, please, I'm begging you. Because what the both families are experiencing now is loss, grief, and pain. So I'm pleading with the parents right around the world. Put the weapons away. We're living in a time now where everyone wants to get a weapon. I went to the range a couple of weeks ago, and there are so many young people out there shooting,
Yeah.
practicing. So, and we know what we're preparing our minds for war. We're preparing ourselves. Yes, we're protecting ourselves, but also you want to protect the lives of others innocently, that are being lost. So thank you all so much for your prayers, your support, and your love during this time. Is not easy for us. And then Saturday night, author Cordia called me that we lost Tina. Um, Facebook also reminded me last year, this time we were at her domestic violence event, and it's sad to know that she has left us, and may her soul rest in peace. So again, we here at the Entrepreneur Prayer Breakfast Club, we want to send love to Tina's family, to the women empowerment groups right around Hartford that is mourning her loss.
Mhm.
She has been a pillar for many years in this community, and she has paved the way for people like me. She has given people like me platform to stand on, to speak. She come to my events. She supports. We buy books from each other. So, our community is mourning um, the loss of a giant, of a leader, of a waymaker. She's one of those persons where when she smiles, it brightens the room. So Tina, may your soul rest in peace. And she will say, "Oh child, ma all right." It's always saying, "Ma all right." So we
It's
would
nice how we can keep the memories going of them, so we forget about the sadness that, arise from the situation.
So you guys out there, be strong, protect yourselves, put your mask on, wash your hands, because there are other people. When you go in the grocery stores, be careful. If you don't want the bread, don't touch the bag.
Don't touch it. Yes. If you don't want it, don't touch it. Oh
If
gosh.
you don't want the orange, don't touch it.
Chicken.
If you don't want the apple, don't touch it. Because we have to come behind you also to shop. Please.
Yes.
I went to the grocery store yesterday, and the lady was standing there. She took up the tomato and she put it down and she take it out. I said, "Shh."
Listen, I was in the grocery store and the guy that's cashier was started just coughing up. I'm like, and he goes to touch it. So I said, "Excuse you." That supervisor, come cash me outside, please, cash me out. This man is in front of me coughing with his hands right here, and he's gonna touch my food. Don't play with me like that, sir. You don't know me. I don't know you. But anyhow, condolences to your family and to Miss Tina's family as well. I know it must be hard. Death of any sort is just not the best thing at all. So,
No, we
our
know.
prayers are with you. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
All right,
right.
you guys.
So,
This is
people,
thank you all for watching, and we will see
hey,
you.
Dennis, we love you too.
We will see you on next week for Empowerment Talk Show. Do go ahead and visit our blog website, www.breakfastclub.com, and visit and see what's going on. Men, send your girlfriends on over. And we also have our own platform, like social media, where you can socialize and comment in there and send us your love. We are going out to feed the homeless on Saturday coming up after Thanksgiving. So if you would like to contribute to that, you could just send me a message and we will gladly, gladly, gladly um, like put your monies to use. Thanks to all those who have already donated. We appreciate it. But we're hitting the streets. All right. Anything else, Lati?
No, just happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Be safe. No go on a body yard if you don't have to. Okay. Ask that let them come and drop it on your doorstep when you pick it up. Uber services are still available. But no, be safe, people, and have a happy Thanksgiving and do it, with some form of due diligence of what is going on in our community. Okay, people?
All
That's
right.
it for me.
Have a good night. And we will see Uno again next week.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.